Here I am, signing on for my first ever cyclocross race at the not so tender age of 61. Why? No idea. Just seemed like a good idea at the time. The bike's as retro as I am, and so far my training's lacked intensity for racing, but I've been told it's friendly and fun, so I'm looking forward to it. Whilst I've done a bit of running, it's a long time since I've done any competitive cycling, and never off-road. The day was as hot as it looks, somewhere around 30 degrees, making for a bone-dry course which I was now off to inspect. My wife Diane, or the Mousses as she's also known, had kindly volunteered to film and cheerlead on the day, both of which were much appreciated. I realise now that I should have ridden the entire course. This part through the woods looked the most forbidding, but given the conditions was actually fairly easy. Second time felt easier up there. All of the advice is to start fast, but not on your first race. It's one of the few things I think I got right. There are two leagues in the Northeast, NECCL and Cyclo-Cross Northeast. In the NECCL, juniors race with adults, both men and women. There were two ladies in this race, in the female vet 50 and 60 categories.
Well done, guys. Go on, DCV.
I'd decided not to fit a water bottle as I wasn't sure how it would affect shouldering the bike. Given the conditions on the day, however, that was never going to be a problem. My solution of taking water from Diane should I need it is illegal apparently, so it's just as well that it wasn't necessary. I failed to inspect this part of the course, which was a series of tight turns on a slope. I'd gone through the tape twice on laps 1 and 2 before I started to get the hang of it. This part of the course came immediately after what I'd come to think of as the Field of Broken Dreams. An innocuous stretch of rough, open ground that looked easy enough, but which was really hard to pedal across. I'm sure that in wet conditions it would have been even worse.
Keep it going.
The hill that came next was sweet relief in comparison. I was playing catch up here for the umpteenth time, but it was easier to concentrate on the course without pressure from the other competitors. And I was already beginning to think of it as just another phase in my cyclocross education. As I'd mentioned earlier, I'd bit the dust on entering the woods, but thankfully there was no damage to the bike and I was actually beginning to enjoy the race.
Looking good.
Heat had kept the medics busy and caused the organisers to shorten the course, which was probably the right thing to do. But any strategy I might have had was based around there being a full complement of laps.
Well done. Well done.
So that was that. First cyclocross race in the bag.
Oh, it looks so.
20th place out of 28 riders isn't exactly stellar, but at least it gives me plenty of scope for improvement.